Good morning, everyone. Our subject is financial services, and our question is lessor's prospective net present value and internal rate of return method. Our point is lessors means owner perspective lease evaluation method. First, net present value NPV method. The NPV method calculate the current value of all cash flows the lessor accept to receive from the lease, such as lease payments and the residual value of the assets. Means the cost of owning or purchasing the assets. It means the net present value means NPV method is used to figure out if the lease or investment is worth it. It works like first you calculate the value of all the money you will receive in the future from the lease, like lease payments and the assets value at the end. Then subtract the cost of buying or the owing the assets. If, if the result is positive, it means the lease is good deal because you are earning more than you are spending. If it's negative, it's not worth it. In simple, it means you see if the money you will make is more than the money you spend, it taking into an account the value of money over the time. Our next point is what is NPV? It is the difference between the present value of cash inflow, lease payments, assets resale value, and the initial cash flow outflows of the assets and maintenance. It means NPV or net present value is way to check if an investment or lease is worth it. It's like you take all the money you will get in the future, like lease payments or selling the assets later, and calculate what it's worth today. Then you subtract all the money you have to spend upfront, like buying the assets or maintaining it. If the result is positive, it's a good deal. If it's negative, it's not worth it. Next point is decision rule. If NPV is positive, the lease is profitable. If NPV is negative, the lease is not profitable. Our question is ABC company is considering leasing equipment that costs ₹5 lakh. The lease term is 5 years and the annual lease payment are 1 lakh 20,000. The company cost of capital is 10%. Calculate the NPV of the lease. We have to calculate the NPV of the lease. Solution. Identify the cash flow. Annual lease payment CF rupees 1 lakh 20,000 for 5 years. Initial cost CO. Always initial cost will be in negative, so we have taken here minus rupees 5 lakh. Now we are going to calculate the present value of cash flow. The formula for the calculating the present value is PV is equal to CF into 1 minus bracket 1 plus R bracket complete upon minus N divided by R, where CF is equal to cash flow per period, R is equal to discount rate cost of capital, N is equal to number of periods. Next, substituting the values. Now, according to the formula, we are going to put the values. PV is equal to CF. CF is rupees 1 lakh 20,000 into 1 minus bracket 1 plus 0.10 bracket complete. Now 0.10, it's a cost of capital 10%. So we have taken 10% is equal to 0.10 bracket complete minus 5, means we have taken the years which is given, which is the lease term is 5 years, so we have taken here 5 years, divided by again cost of capital. First calculate 1 plus 0.10 bracket complete. We have taken the cost of capital, we are going to take here cost of capital upon minus 5 is equal to 1.10 raised to minus 5 is equal to 0.6209, and we are going to see how the value has come. 1.10 raised to minus 5, we have to calculate, we have to take 1.10 for the 5 times multiplication. We are going to do 5 times multiplication. So 1.10 into 1.10 into 1.10 into 1.10, we have to take it as a 5 times. This is equal to 1.61051. The answer will be 1.61051. Now bracket 1.61051 bracket complete raised to minus 1 is equal to, now we are going to put in divide 1 divided by 1.61051, the answer will be 0.6209. So we have known that how the value has been come here. So now substitute PV is equal to rupees 1,20,000 into 1 minus 0.6209 divided by cost of capital is 0.10 is equal to, we have to solve the bracket first according to the bond mass. So the 1,20,000 will come as it is into 1 minus 0.6209, answer will be 0.791. So we have taken here in bracket divided by 0.10 cost of capital is equal to, again 1,20,000 as it is, we will solve first the divide which is under bracket, we will solve under bracket 0.791 divided by 0.10. So the answer will be 3.791 is equal to, now we are going to do multiplication because there is no any bracket here. 1,20,000 into 3.791, the answer will be rupees 4,549,000. Next, third, calculate NPV. NPV is equal to PV minus CU is equal to, we have get here NPV which is 4,549,000 minus the PV is 5 lakh. We have PV is lease equipment that cost of 5 lakhs. So we have taken 5 lakhs. So the answer is minus 45,100 rupees. Conclusion, the NPV of the lease is minus rupees 45,100 since the NPV is negative. It indicates that the lease is not a financially viable options for the company. Second point is internal rate of return IRR method. The IRR method calculates the rate of return the lessor earns from leasing the assets. considering all the cash flows, lease payment, residual value over the lease period, which means the IRR means internal rate of return method is used to figure out the percentage return a lessor earns from the leasing and assets. It's like it's look at all the cash the lessor will get, like lease payments and the value of assets at the end of the lease. It calculates the internal rate of return that makes the total cash received equals to the total money spent. In simple, the percentage that shows how profitable the lease is for the lessor. Next point is, what is IRR? IRR is the discount rate at which the present value of cash inflow equals the initial cost of the assets, making NPV equal to 0, which means the IRR or internal rate of return is the rate at which the money you will get in the future equals to the money you spent upfront. It's the percentage return where the NPV becomes 0. It helps you to see how much profit you are making from an investment or the lease. If the IRR is higher than the target return, it's a good deal. Next point is decision rule. IRR is higher than the lessor's required rate of return or cost of capital, the lease is profitable. Which means if the IRR is higher than the lessor's required return or cost of capital, it means the lease is profitable. The lease is earning more than what the lessor accepts, making it a good deal. Next, if IRR is lower, the lease is not attractive. It means the lease isn't earning enough profit to make it worthwhile. Next point is comparison of method, in which there is one chart given, which includes method, focus, and decision rule. In method, first point is net present value, NPV. Focus, measure total profitability in terms of present value, which means NPV calculates how much profit you will make in today's money. Decision rule is if NPV is positive. It means if NPV is positive, you are earning more than you spent. So you can go for the lease. Second point is internal rate of return, IRR. Focus, determine the return rate earned on lease cash flows, which means IRR shows the percentage return you are earning from the lease. Decision rule, lease if IRR higher required rate of return, which means if IRR is higher than the return you want or accept, the lease is good deal. In simple, NPV tells you how much money you are making overall, and IRR tells you how good you earn return is as a percentage. Both help you to decide if leasing is worth it Next is the NPV method helps the lessor decide if leasing generates enough profit after considering cost, which means NPV helps the lessor figure out if leasing makes enough profit after covering all cost. Next, the IRR method shows the profitability as a percentage return on investment, useful for comparing with other investment options, which means IRR shows how profitable the lease is as a percentage return, making it easier to compare with other investments. Next, both methods help the lessor ensure that leasing the assets is financially viable, which means both the methods helps lessor to check if leasing the asset good and to take a financial decision. Our next question is problem solving IRR calculation for the variable cost flow. The company is considering leasing a vehicle with the following cash: initial lease cost rupees 3 lakh, annual cash inflows rupees 80,000 for 5 years, cost of capital 10%. Solution: formula NPV is equal to minus initial cost plus annual inflow into bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus IRR bracket complete upon minus 1 divided by IRR bracket complete. And the NPV of the cash flow is to be 0. First point, set up the IRR equation. Now we are going to set up the equation, IRR equation according to the formula. NPV is to be 0. So we have taken here 0 is equal to minus initial cost is 3 lakhs. So we have taken 3 lakhs plus annual inflow is 80,000 into bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus IRR bracket complete upon minus 1 divided by IRR. Using the trial and error, we will test the several discount rates. Now, second, testing with IRR is equal to 8%. 8% means is equal to 0.08. The answer will be of 8%, 0.08. So, according to formula, we'll put the figures. 0 is equal to minus rupees 3 lakhs plus rupees 80,000 into bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus. We have calculate the percentage of 8, which is 0.08. We have taken here bracket complete upon minus 5 divided by 0.08, which is we have calculated the percentage of IRR 8%. So the 0.08. According to the board mass, you should solve the bracket first. So we have taken this bracket here, minus bracket 1 minus bracket 1.08 bracket complete upon minus 5 divided by 0.08 is equal to, now we are going to calculate this. So how we have calculated this? 1 minus, so we have taken in bracket 1.08. How 1.08 we have taken? We have add 1 plus 0.08. Okay, so we have taken this. The answer is 1.08. is equal to 1 minus. Now if there is given 1.08 raised to minus 5, means you have to calculate, you have to multiply 1.08 for the 5 times. So we will get answer which will be 1.4693. So we have taken is equal to 1 minus bracket 1.4693 bracket complete raised to minus 1 divided by 0.08 as it is. Now I have here done calculation. So 1.4693 bracket complete raised to minus 1. Now it will be divide. We have to do dividation. So 1 divided by 1.4693 is equal to 0.6806. The answer is 0.6806. So 1 will be as it is minus. The answer is 0.6806 divided by 0.08. We have taken it as it is. So next is, according to the word mass, we are going to solve bracket first. So minus 3 lakh plus 80,000 into 1 bracket 1 minus 0.6806 divided by 0.08. So we have to first minus 1 minus 0.6806. The answer will be 0.319. Now we have taken minus 3 lakh as it is plus 80,000 as it is, multiply. So we have get answer is 0.3194, which I have get from 1 minus 0.6806, which is 0.3194 divided by 0.0. Now we have to divide it. The answer will be 3.9925. So again we have taken minus 3 lakh plus rupees 80,000 into the answer which we have got, which is 3.9925. Now first we will multiply it according to word mass. So we have taken minus 3 lakh as it is plus 80,000 into 3.9925. The answer is 319,400. So 3 lakhs minus 319,400 is equal to 19,400, since the NPV is positive. Third, testing with IRR 10%. 10% is equal to, we are going to calculate a 10%. 10% is equal to 10 upon 100 is equal to 0.10. Calculate 1.10 raised to minus 5. Substitute. Now we have already know what is the formula. We have to put the figures according to the formula. The formula is NPV is equal to minus initial cost plus annual inflow into 1 minus bracket 1 plus IRR bracket complete raised to 1 minus divided by RRR. Next, fourth, testing with IRR is equal to 11%. Now we are testing IRR with 11%. So NPV is 0. So 0 is equal to minus rupees 3 lakhs plus rupees 80,000 into bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus 0.11 bracket complete raised to minus y upon 0.11. How we have got the 0.11? We have calculate 11% is equal to 0.11. So we have take here percentage of 11, which is 0.11. Calculate 1.11 raised to 5. Now, what is our formula? Formula is NPV is equal to minus initial cost plus annual income into bracket 1 minus bracket 1 plus IRR bracket divided by IRR bracket complete. Now, NPV of cash flow is to be 0. Substitute 1.11 bracket complete minus 5 is equal to, we have to calculate 1.11 for the 5 times. So, the answer will be 1.685. Now, bracket 1.685 bracket complete raised to minus 1. So, is equal to 1 divided by 1.685 and the answer will be 0.5935. So, we have got our answer which is 0.5935. Next is equal to minus 3 lakhs plus 80,000 into 1 minus 0.5935. So, 1 minus 0.5935 is equal to 0.4065. We have calculated here. So, now again 1 minus 0.5935 divided by 0.11, which is 11%. We have got from 11%, which is answer is 0.11. So, next is equal to is minus 3 lakhs plus 80,000 into, we have calculate the amount of 1 minus 0.5935. The answer is 0.4065. We have taken here upon 0.11 is equal to, according to the formulas, we are going to solve the bracket first. So, is equal to minus 3 lakhs plus 80,000 as it we have taken here. And now 0.4065 divided by the percentage 11%, which is 0.11. The answer is 3.6955 is equal to minus 3 lakhs plus, we have now first multiplied. So 80,000 into 3.6955, the answer is 2,95640. Now, we will calculate it is equal to 3 minus 3 lakhs plus 2,95640 is equal to minus 4,360. So, the IRR is between 10% and 11%.